that dream. And actually, they were bitten by the snake. That's what I've forgotten. Which I think they may have repeated the special effects that they used for Merlin in the previous episodes. So that was kind of interesting. I don't know. What did you think about the dreams? I thought that was another intense thing.
Oh, definitely. And right when they woke up and they started, I immediately knew it was because of the snakes. And you know what? What Gaia said, they were supposed to be dead. So, yeah, I'm just wondering if the poison will pass out of their system or if Morgana will continue to, use it.
For God's sake, Morgana, just good plan. Make a good plan. What else? I liked. So I guess the tower itself was basically people that she cared about, just laughing at her. I don't know. It was supposed to be her worst fears. I know with Uther, it was the people that he killed, children were drenched in water, and he saw his wife, his wife. But with what particularly was Guinevere's fear? Just what was it? I couldn't really.
Andrew.
Yeah, go for it.
Andrew, do you have an idea?
Not terribly, I don't think, but I'm honestly not too sure. Just it's just gotta be really intense for her, just being taken out of her position as queen. She's gone from a servant girl to a queen, and now it's almost like she's back, into her humble origins. All the knights and her king are standing there laughing at her. All of it seems like I don't know. It just seems like they're ridiculing her, and that might be part of it, but I'm not entirely sure.
Actually, what was freaky was when Merlin came out, and he was just he was crouching down, and he was creepy as well. And what was really bad was that Arthur, when that hallucination was there, he was so kind, and he was like, "Trust me, it's me," and it's like, "No, don't trust it." But Guinevere, oh god, that was horrible. That must play mind tricks on you. Crazy. What else? Let's see. Anything else that you wanna?
I feel.
No.
Yeah, I think it's definitely has something to do with her being a servant before. I guess Gwen's greatest fear is just being laughed at. I mean, I guess that's being, taunted and thought that she isn't worth anything. Probably, kind of
potentially, yeah.
Yeah, that she wasn't. She's not good enough for anything, right? So I guess it kind of made sense. It's just the laughs. Oh, those are so creepy.
They're horrible. They're so creepy.
Oh, they're so creepy. But I guess it's just being put down. I mean, that maybe that's her greatest fear, of being rejected and teased and taunted and betrayed. Maybe.
But I think because Morgana was quite taunting with her as well. She did say that, when she offered her water when she was being dragged behind by the horse, is this too good for you now? And actually, when she was on the table, Morgana was nice enough to put Guinevere at the head of the table. I don't know, that seemed quite mocking. She was mocking her all the way through, and then suddenly was kind later on. But that was interesting. The conversation that she had with Morgana on the table was that Morgana said, "Oh, Guinevere didn't know about Morgana being trapped in the pit." So I guess Morgana thought that she might know about it. Maybe she always blamed Arthur for being trapped in there.
Do we know who captured Morgana and what exactly happened with that? I didn't see.
Not in the show, but in interviews they've said stuff like I think Katie McGrath was saying, or the writer was saying, that she was punished, or she was hunted because of her magic, and now she gets to see what it's like because of who she is. She was trapped, but it's not mentioned in the show. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
maybe.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, she said it, of course, but I don't. I feel like that line didn't. It just. I don't know. I feel like the show didn't give us much context for that line to really mean anything to us, other than that Gwen didn't know that Morgana was tortured for 2 years.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what. That might follow on later in the series. I just want to read a quick email because I asked my friend Tammy, who is listening, if she had any thoughts about it. Let me quickly read. She says, if it's okay, is it okay for me to read it out? I hope it's okay. I liked,
Go ahead.
yeah. I liked all the Morgana and Gwen scenes. Like you said, she was awful, but in her mind, she was trying to make her actions less evil compared to what she experienced. Oh, okay, so I guess Morgana was trying to make it, oh look, I'm being nicer to you than how I was treated. And she has had ample opportunity to kill all of them. I think deep down, she can't do it. She probably wants Gwen to be her friend again. Well, yeah, she forced her to be her friend. She could have just put the snake in her back of her neck and trick her, but she didn't. Oh, that's true, because there's so many different ways. She could have done it another way, trying to make her do it that way. Also, I thought the Mandrake thing was interesting. Her fear was people she loves laughing or screaming at her. She fears not being taken seriously. Yeah, that's what we were saying. Yeah, that seems like to be the only thing, because it's not like I don't think Guinevere has anything to feel guilty about aside from maybe Lancelot, where she thinks that's still true. I don't know if that would, because she still thinks that's true. So yeah, that's another. That's another theory. Yeah, keep that coming, Tammy. Well, let's see. Let's see what else we can discuss. The journey through the dark forest, that was interesting, and it's an actual quest.
Yeah.
One of those quests, the Arthurians, and usually I kind of get annoyed by those, and I don't like it. But since I knew what they were fighting for, and it's it wasn't just Arthur walking by himself through the cutting trees down. I quite liked that. What did you think about the quests, Andrew? The traveling.
I thought it was kind of nice actually, because you only see the knights go on these quests every so often. So I thought it was a little refreshing just to see those original round table knights along with Merlin, just together again on an adventure. It felt really like season 3-ish, and I enjoyed it for the most part.
Yeah, I quite like that, and all of them together, that was quite nice. And them going around in a circle, that was so frustrating. That must be so frustrating. They're such in a hurry, and Guinevere's being tortured in the tower. Oh God, and they're like chasing their tails, and then and then they're it's horrible. I didn't like that. But let's see what else. It was terrible. Okay, so. Let's see, let's have a look at. What else do you want to discuss while we're here? Should we discuss Elyon? His swan song before he goes? Poor Elyon. But you guys, you weren't spoilt, were you, Sarah?
What was that?
You weren't spoilt about any other characters dying, because I kind of knew.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was surprised that he was gonna go. I'm upset. I am upset because he's a knight and he's Gwen's brother, but I feel like I just wasn't so worked up about it. Like I said, this is the first character in Merlin that died that I didn't cry for. And just thinking about it now, I think it's probably because Elyon just didn't really have that much of a story.
It's true.
Like lately, like you said, he gets lines, this episode, and I'm just like, But I do have to say, I am really proud. This is weird, but with the whole burial service, because how they burned Lancelot in like the courtyard or whatever. I was so like kind of historically happy that they did a traditional crematory ceremony for Elyon by putting him in the boat and then shooting the flaming arrow to light it. Like that is like the traditional way that you do it, like into like the sea or like the river or something.
Is that for?
So I was like, oh.
Is that for nobles or is it for everyone? Would it?
I think it's for nobles. It's for someone who's really greatly respected.
Okay.
So yeah, it's it's definitely for nobles. Maybe that's why for Lancelot, I guess because like when he first like died, quote unquote died, when he walked into the Vale, all they did was burn his sword, which doesn't make sense, but his sword and his cloak.
But he wasn't there, I suppose. He wasn't there, right? He just disappeared.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense, I suppose.
And then Arthur tells Merlin to give him a proper burial, and Merlin just uses his magic instead of shooting an arrow. Probably because he can't. So, okay, I guess that makes sense. I guess it is, that burial is it's for nobles, it's for someone who's really well respected. It's, it's kind of a big thing. So, yeah, I guess this is the first time they actually had someone where they could do that, and it made, I don't know, historical sense. But, I mean, I was just happy. I was like, oh, that's nice. Yay for Merlin.
Also,
anyway.
Because we can only do it in 30-minute chunks, so we're on 25. I don't know if you want to carry on, but what we haven't discussed was Merlin. We haven't discussed his little thing, and we did actually get to meet Queen Mab, or Mab the Fairy.
Oh yeah.
Who's we just discussed ages ago. Yeah, it was cool. I liked her.
Yeah. I did too. She did very, very good as far as talking in riddles.
That's cool.
I enjoyed it a lot. But yeah, with Merlin.
Once again, actually, one thing that's good is that I guess they had to trust him. Because you know how Arthur is, oh, Merlin, I'm not gonna... Still, they're not gonna trust him, even though they're totally lost. At least Elliot went, okay, no, we need to listen to him now. And let's just go... And he's, anything they need to... Any help they can get. Also, I just remembered, I was just looking at my notes, but I put Mind Games music. Every time Morgana spoke to Guinevere, comfortingly, there was this music playing, and the only reason why I noticed it, because it sounded like... Remember the very first episode of Merlin, when, the Queen made everyone fall asleep and she sang a song? The few notes of that sounded like there's music playing in the background every time Morgana talked to Guinevere. So that makes me think it is proper enchanted. Because I only know that because I really like the music in that first episode. So that makes me...
yes, I did too.
Yeah, so that makes me more inclined to think it's more... magical and mysterious. Yeah, you are famous, Tammy. Sorry, I just got back on email. All right. So that was interesting. But I guess with Queen Mab, is she just there to tell Merlin to find the way? Is she gonna come back later on, or they just basically just plopped her in? I don't know.
I wouldn't mind seeing her again.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
She seems like she can be a pretty good character.
She's a famous character of legend, of myth and stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
And stories.
I don't remember quite from the episode, but did she say that she was like the keeper or the soul of every forest? Like I wasn't exactly sure.
What did they say? Someone let us know what she said.
Forest or just that one?
Of everything, wasn't it? Like everything that men fear or something? Let us know in tweets or something,
yes, please let us know, clarify that, because I didn't hear.
Okay, we've only got a couple of minutes left. Do you guys want to carry on? And we'll take a break, a 2-minute break? Or do you want to you want to do that? Do you want to do that?
I don't know.
We'll just do it.
That's fine.
Yeah, you want to do that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay,
yeah.
So we've only got a couple of minutes left on this. So what we'll do, we'll end this broadcast and we'll start another one. So anyone who's listening now will probably actually just go to the page, or you can just listen out for the tweet and you can find out where the next page is. Or just stay on the Spreaker page and you'll see the link there. Alright, just goodbye from now. This is me, Rona, and it's...
And this is Sarah. This is Sarah from Merlin Cast.
And we'll see you on the other side. Bye.
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 One, two, three, four. Hi, I'm Katie McGann, and you're listening to Camelot Cast.
Hi, it's Anthony Head, and you're listening to Camelot. My name's Richard Wilson, and I play Gaius, and I'm a member of the Camelot Cast.
Hello, this is Rupert Young, I play Sir Leon, and you're listening to Camelot Cast.
Hello, my name's Angel Colby, and I play Gwen in Merlin, and you're listening to Camelot Cast.
What it is?